My name is Wilfred Sakala from American Embassy, American Center. Thanks for joining us for this chat. Special thanks to Messi Chewetu, who is our speaker today, who is going to talk about business survival tactics, strategies, tips for startups. So looking forward to having an interesting conversation. We will, take questions, later on. We'll still have some time despite starting late. Okay. All right. So just to start the ball rolling, Messi, you're welcome. Thanks again for joining us. Yeah. So maybe just as a start, could you just, share with us, what inspired you to get into the fashion design using Chitenge as an entrepreneur? You're an entrepreneur, you've been operating for almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
Fashion designing, you have won some awards. I should mention that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, yeah, what has been the inspiration? What inspired you to get into fashion design using Chitenge?
I would say what really inspired me to get into fashion is, I can say, the love for fashion. I'm a person who loves to dress good. And apart from that, when I entered the fashion industry, I looked at the fabric that was around. Chitenge was one of the fabrics that is locally readily available. That is, I can access it easily. It quite right comes from different places in Africa, but it's easy to access. And then when I was starting my business, I sat down and looked at the fabrics that were around. Chitenge is something that I've grown up with. It carries a story with me as I make my outfits. It's something that depicts our culture. It's something that I've grown up with. And it has so much happiness. That's what I call it. It's a happy fabric because of so many different colors. It's so vibrant, and I can use it in different things. I used to wear a Chitenge wrap when I was young. For coming from that background, I said, let me transform Chitenge. I can use it to make clothes. I can use it to make jewelry. I can use it to make furniture. I can actually use Chitenge to make anything. So it's all about transforming it and making something that is good with it.
All right, well, Cliff, you're muted.
I'm muted.
Go ahead and unmute yourself, sorry.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so I've unmuted myself. So I was talking about sustainability, Messi, how you've been able to sustain your business over the last 3 years. Can you share some tips about that? How has it been?
Okay, so far I can say it's been okay, but there has been some challenges here and there. But what has really made me to make my business sustainable is when starting my business, I had done a business plan. So with that business plan, it's been like a backbone to my business. It's helped me look at the very steps that I had put on my business plan. I looked at my vision. Where is it that I want to be in the next 5 years? Okay. What is my objective? What is it that I want to give out to the people? I looked at my marketing. How am I going to carry my marketing to the people out there? Am I going to use the internet? Am I going to use door-to-door campaign? So all that is outlined in my business plan, and that has really helped me to go with my business step by step. I started as a startup, and I've now reached an expansion stage. So it's actually been growing gradually. There's been some challenges here and there, setbacks here and there, but looking at my vision and where I want to take my company, it's actually helped me to put everything in place.
Interesting. So talking about challenges, I mean, we are living in the new normal, with COVID-19. It's a big challenge on its own. A lot of businesses, big and small, are struggling to keep afloat. So how are you managing to still operate under the current circumstances of COVID-19?
Well, COVID-19 has brought its own challenges and its own opportunities. Being an entrepreneur, I look at what is around me. I look at my internal strengths and my external factors of my business. And right now, COVID has brought a new scenario in my company. But I'm grateful that with it gave me an eye opener to do different things. I'm just not making the usual clothing that I do. I'm now making reusable masks that we are making for different corporations as well as individuals. So with COVID, it's brought in a new scenario in my company. I'm able actually to employ more people. Because there has been an increase in the production of face masks as well as PPE clothing. And again, it's brought different opportunities for me because I look at the clothing retail stores that we have in our country. They are slowly running out of clothes. So it is given me an opportunity to step ahead and take my samples to these retail stores. And in the next few months, it's something that is gradually growing up. You won't be surprised to see Queen of Chitenge, my brand is called Nafika Wear, in these retail stores, all because of COVID. So it's really opened up new channels and it's given me an eye opener to look at what I do and try to do things differently.
Well, that's very interesting and inspiring. Now I can see a trophy just in the background there.
Yes.
Would you want to tell us about that? Is that one of the trophies that you have won as an entrepreneur?
Yes, so last year I won a second prize for Young Entrepreneur of the Year. This is an award that was given to me by Zambia Association of Manufacturers as well as ZABS. So there were quite a number of people who participated in this competition. So what they did is they came through where we operate from, they looked at where we've come from, where we are, and what we are doing. So this was a great achievement for me because it really made me realize that I'm really making an impact as I wanted to do in society. I'm not just providing clothing for people, but I've created employment as well for others. And I'm contributing to the growth of our economy through fashion. Yeah.
Congratulations, Mercy. So I know that you are among the women entrepreneurs in Lusaka that have participated in the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, which is a U.S. government program to train women entrepreneurs. Would you like to share some experiences from that training under the AWE?
Okay. The AWE is an online program that we did for 6 months. So we were the 100 of us, and then we were put in different cohorts. So I was in cohort 3 with other 30 women entrepreneurs. It was a changing life experience for my business, I would say, because it is an online program, but it is so practical, such that it applies to the things that I do. And it makes, even as we were responding to the questions, we were somehow relating to the things that we're going through, the challenges that we're going through. It opened up so many different ideas. It brought up so many different things on how I should run my business, on my financials, on my marketing, on my business plan. So it helped me to build on already what I had. And I can testify that being in that program has really changed the way I run my business. I now have proper running systems which have helped in increase in my production. Right now, like I said, we are producing reusable masks. So we are able actually to produce 10,000 masks in a week. So due to the training that I learned and how to do my planning, it's really made my business look at it in a different scenario. Yeah, it helped me also to understand my financials, because we were taught on different templates on how to do my income statement, on even how to do my cash sales, like my everyday cash sales. I can do that myself. When I need help, I'll call in somebody who's like a qualified accountant to look at what I've done and help me. And during that program, we also had mentors who, even up to now, we still get in touch with. So it's really created a great network and an opportunity for me. Yeah.
All right. So it's interesting. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that this program also had a part where we were supposed to pitch our businesses. And I'm happy that I was actually amongst the 5 from my group that won the Seed Challenge in this program. So our business pitching was perfect. I'm sure that's why we won. Yeah.
All right. Congrats again. So it's a combination of what, training as well as financial resources to support your business. Okay. So the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, as you mentioned, also includes business trainers or business coaches. Would you like to, could you just talk a bit more about that? What do you think is the importance of having a business, coach or mentor as an entrepreneur from your experience?
Okay. Like I said, as an entrepreneur, we go through so many challenges, such that sometimes you don't even know who to talk to. You don't know where to go. But if you have a mentor, you have somebody who can mentor you in financials, somebody who can mentor you in HR, somebody who can mentor you in, let's say, technology. It really helps, because you can't know everything. When you are stuck with your financials, you can go to your mentor. They'll help you through it so that your business keeps on growing. Yeah.
All right. So there are a number of challenges that entrepreneurs in general face. Women entrepreneurs in particular. So as a woman entrepreneur yourself, why, despite all these challenges, some of which you have mentioned, why do you think it's so important for women to get involved in business or entrepreneurship?
It's really important for women to get in business and entrepreneurship because one, I would say, it gives you that financial independence as a woman. You don't need to depend on someone for financing. If you're running your own business, you are able to create your own employment. You're able to create your own wealth, not just for you, but for the next person. It might be your children. It might be your relatives or somebody that is next to you, as well as if I believe when a woman is running a business, it's just not hers. There's so much that she brings into the community. You are creating employment. And then it's also important that women get into entrepreneurship because it really gives you different opportunities. And I would like to say, even as you do the training, you get to network with other women also who are in different sectors who are also entrepreneurs. So there are times when you feel like things are not going right, but you talking to somebody who is in your shoes also helps you. And then even as you do the training, sometimes as women, it's not really the money that we need, but it's the knowledge that we actually need. Once we are trained with that knowledge, we'll be able to run our businesses effectively because we'll understand more on the finances, we'll understand more on the marketing. And most of the times you find that women really lack in financials. So with all these trainings that are there that the US Embassy provides, it's really a great opportunity to understand all angles of your business.
All right. So for women that are just about to start out, in business or fashion design business in particular, or that are already involved in that, what sort of advice would you give them in terms of staying focused?
Mhm. I think I would say, as you want to start up your business, make a business plan. If you don't know how to write a business plan, you can even do a work plan or sit with somebody who's going to help you and assist you put your ideas on paper. Once you put your ideas on paper, have your company registered. Once you have your company registered, is formally registered, everybody will be looking at you like somebody who's serious, somebody who knows what they're doing. Even if you go to a bank and approach them about your idea, they know that, okay, this person has got this business plan. They really know what they're doing. And you stay focused, be determined. Challenges will be there, but you have to always look at why you've set up that business. Why is it that you are in that business? And you also look at the great opportunities that are around you. Zambia is a developing country, and I always tell people there is so much that you can do. There is so much that you can go into. Look at technology. Technology keeps on revolving. Technology keeps on changing. Like for me, I can give an example. There's COVID now. I can't interact with my customers. So I'm using international standard sizes. They'll just call me, say, I want a dress. I'll ask them, what size are you? I'm a size 14. Okay, I'll make the dress and I'll deliver it to them. And that's it. I don't even need to take their measurements. So you really have to look also at the environment. What is it that is happening? How are people responding to what is happening for you to be focused and stay ahead and make your business relevant?
Okay, thank you. So we'll open the conversation now to the other participants. For those of you that would like to ask questions, please just use the raise your hand using the button there, and just turn on your video. So does anyone have a question for Messi?
While people are thinking of questions, Mercy, did you want to just show a few of your designs on the photos that you sent?
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead and show some.
Okay. Would you like to just provide some kind of comments about some of those slides?
Okay. Some of these pictures are pictures that have taken in different functions. Like I can say, I've taken part in different shows, which are, this was Zambia Fashion Week. I think these pictures that are being shown is Zambian Fashion Week last year. Yeah. And then I've also traveled in different places. I've showcased my outfits in the UK. I've showcased my outfits in South Africa, in Rwanda, as well as Egypt. So as for somebody who's in fashion, I really also invest in my business. I try hard to grab on opportunities and take part on international platforms, because it really gives me a diversity of looking at what other people are doing. And from the time I started, I've really grown, and I've learned a lot of things from traveling. So this is where I began from. I can say this was my first employee that I started with, and she's now on maternity leave. Yeah. And again, I work with different women. So in my work, I can say I call it community work. In my factory, we actually don't throw away anything. Any piece of clothing is important to us, because we're also trying to prevent fabric wastage. So what I do is the little pieces that come out from the fabric, we get it together. I show women on how to make earrings from those. We make mats, like beautiful mats that these women make, that I sell on their behalf. And at the end of the day, they also get their money and they use it in their homes. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Is that the Zambia Fashion Week?
This is Zambia. This was actually the first time I showcased at Zambia Fashion Week in 2017 when I just started my fashion journey. Yeah, I did a lot of jewelry, and from there I got into clothes. So all these jewelry is actually made from recycled materials. We've got plastic, we've got cardboard, and yeah, and wire as well. I believe in also making the environment beautiful and just not throwing things away. So we try to work with things that are locally here. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as we continue looking at this, as you know, these slides.
There should be a feature, Wycliffe, so if anyone wants to ask a question, they can raise their hand. So if people look on their screen, there should be a button for raising your hand. And then we'll unmute your video so that you can ask your question. All right, I'm going to stop.
What sort of values or ethical values does your
Hi, Wycliffe.
Oh, sorry, Wycliffe, you cut out for just a minute, but we have a question here from Charles. So I'm going to go ahead and mute Charles, and he can ask his question. Hi, Charles. We can hear you now.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity. I wanted to find out how the market is internationally. If you sell to people outside of the country, how's the market there?
Hi, Charles. The market is it's huge. I've attended a lot of fashion shows, a lot of pop-up stores outside Zambia, and believe you me, a lot of people want the African print because it's something that is different. So if you are going into fashion designing and you come from Africa, I would advise that you try to work around with the African prints. The sales are good, the market is there. You just have to know what really sells and what really people like.
Are there any other questions? Thank you for that answer, Charles. Thank you for your question. Anyone else want to raise their hand? I see Emmanuel has a question. I'm going to go ahead and turn your audio on, Emmanuel. Go ahead.
My question is on like the capital. How did you start out on your business and how much you invested? Or is there anyone who supported you or any institution that you asked for help or something? Yes.
Okay, thanks, Emmanuel, for the question. So when I started my business, I had my own personal investment that I had raised. And then, because I started my business in 2017 and legally registered it in 2018. Along the way in 2018, I participated in a program and I pitched my business. So I won a grant actually. So that also pushed me to start my business to the level that I somehow wanted it to be. Yeah.
Thank you, Emmanuel. I think Charles had his hand up again. Charles, did you have a follow-up question to your earlier question?
Yes, thank you. I have a follow-up question. Okay. So how did you actually reach the international scale? How did you manage to begin to sell your products to foreigners?
Okay. Thanks, Charles. In my marketing plan, one of the things that I've put down is I use a lot of social media. I use Facebook. I use Instagram. I have an Instagram page. That's where I get most of my international clients. So I advertise a lot on these social media programs, as well as sometimes I have friends who are outside. I also try to send my products to them. They advertise for me, but mostly I would say I use my social media platforms, a lot of Facebook, a lot of Instagram, which I don't even get to spend a lot of money on. Yeah, and it's really helped. So if you are looking into advertising internationally, I would say have social media pages, especially things like Twitter, Instagram. They'll really, really help your business.
Great, thank you. Looks like we have another question here from Placide, I think, if I'm saying that correctly. Go ahead and ask your question.
All right, yes, it's correct. My name is Placide. So I have a question, no, though not specifically for the fashion industry, but generally just almost any industry. One of the constraints that you'd have if you want to sell to the international market is like transportation or dealing with the logistics. Because I wanted to sell something internationally, but because we have a lot of things, for instance, in Zambia that are very much affordable and they're almost everywhere here, and you would actually find that maybe outside they're almost not there, or there's a demand for them, or the price is too high. So you actually see that there's a market out there and there's a need for this product. But then when you try to check out most of the shipping companies, you'd actually find that it's way too expensive to get something out of Zambia. It's like most of them, most of the times it's way easier to import something than it is. Sometimes it's almost impossible to actually even export something. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know you can overcome that challenge, especially when you're trying to break into the international market.
Well, there are different international companies. Most of the times I have used FedEx and DHL. So they have actually packages for entrepreneurs. So just try to find out from them and see how they can actually assist you, depending on what you want to send out. I usually haven't had any challenges with these two. I've managed to send out my products using these two companies.
Great, thank you, Mercy. We have a few questions now from the chat. So I will go ahead and ask a question from Clara, who asks, looking at the industry you're in, how do you keep up or ahead of your direct competition, like Mangishi or Kutua, for instance, and what are you doing different from them?
Okay, like I said in my designs, when I use the Chitenge fabric, I try to combine it with different fabrics as well to make it modern. And then also in my designs, I call my clothing an everyday wear. It's something that you can wear in your wardrobe even 2 times in a day. It's not something that you can only wear when you're going somewhere. So I really work with the ready to wear. When you come into my store, you're going to find something that is readily available for you to wear. It doesn't matter what size you are, what body shape you are. So that also makes me different from what others are doing.
Thank you, Mercy. Let's see, the next question comes from Esther, who asks, what is your vision for the future? When it comes to fashion, it tends to change, like colors, etc. So how do you intend to keep people captured? Do you have a part in, do you have any part in the, sorry, the follow-up question is, do you have any part in the design of Chitenge material itself? So what is your vision for the future, and do you also design your own Chitenge material?
So my future plan is to see my brand across different retail outlets. I want my brand to be worn by every Zambian in every corner of the country. So that is my future plan. And going ahead, yes, I intend to have my own print. I actually have some designs that I've done. So it's something that I'm working on, so that I can have my own print. When you see it, you know that this is a print by Queen of Chitenge. If you see a shirt, you know that this is a Queen of Chitenge design.
All right, great. Thanks, Mercy. So a question now from Nelly says, how do you know what African products will really sell? Like, do you do any market research or things like that? And then the second question is, before my business is registered, how can I make a quotation for a client who asked for one? So a question about registering your business and making quotations.
Okay. So let me answer the first part. I would say whenever I'm going out to a different place, I research about research about that town, or research about that country, look at what people like to wear, and in my designs, even if it's an African print, I'll try to compare it with what people really like to wear. So I just don't design things. And then also I look at the seasons. Is it winter? Is it summer? As I'm going, wherever I'm going with my clothes. And then the second part of your question, so even if before you register your business, like I said, when you do your business plan, you have to do your logo, you have to do your quotation book. And as you do your quotation book, because it's going to have all the details of your company, you have where you're situated, your phone number and everything. So you can have that quotation done with your letterhead on it that consists of your logo, where you're found, or your email address and your other contact details. But you can inform the customer you are trying to have your company registered. It's not yet registered. So if it's a company, it's really difficult for them to deal with you because your company is not registered. That's why I always insist, when you about to start your business, have it registered. I'll really emphasize on that. Have it registered. It really gives you different opportunities. You have different companies want to deal with you because they're going to take you seriously. They know that this person knows what they're doing.
Great, thanks, Mercy. There's a question here. Someone asks about an online. Did you mention an online course earlier that you had taken, or maybe they're talking about the AWE program?
Yes,
yeah.
I think they are talking about the AWE program.
So they were just asking, just a reminder of what AWE is, or AWE program.
Oh, also it's Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. So you can even search it up on the net. It's really a good program that I would advise a lot of people to take. It's an online program. You do it for 6 months, and at the end of it, you get a certificate. But it's not just a certificate that you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of training that is so practical, that applies to the everyday life business scenarios.
And maybe Wycliffe, do you have anything you can share, Wycliffe, about AWE, if there's going to be another application cycle in the future, or a chance for other people to join?
Yeah, certainly. Oh, yeah. So, so the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. So we started with first, group last year. Mercy was in that first group, and that first group has just ended their training. So we'll be recruiting the next group in the coming months. So those of you that are interested in being part of the cohort of the next round, just look out on the Embassy Facebook page for an announcement. An announcement will be going out soon, so in the coming few months, as I said. So in addition to what Mercy said in terms of the benefits of the program, is that it gives you access to business coaches or business mentors. It gives you access also to networks, business networks. It gives you access to business knowledge. And this is practical business knowledge. It's not just theory, but you actually learn things that are practical in terms of business registration. Someone was asking about business registration. That's one of the components there. Business registration, marketing, how to, to build a team. And, so it's a whole lot practical, it's intensive, but I think very, very exciting. So just look out for an announcement in the coming few months on the Embassy Facebook page. You can enroll as well. Yeah.
Great, thanks, Wycliffe. So Mercy, a few more questions are coming in now. So the question from Kapwaya is, when you first started, did you sew your own clothes or did you have someone else do the sewing?
I sewed my own clothes and I'm still sewing. I still sew.
Great.
Yeah.
And a question from Gloria asks, so for Zambians that are in the diaspora, how can they help you grow your business? And how can you also help others to grow their businesses in Zambia? So I guess the question is, how can business owners help one another to grow their businesses, particularly talking about the Zambian diaspora?
Okay. Hi, Gloria. I think one of the things that we can do is get into partnerships. I think it's really something that is going to have even our businesses grow. Because let's say if you are outside there and you know stores that would want to stock our brands or our clothing, we can actually get into partnership. It's something that we can work around.
Right. And is there a way for participants to maybe reach out? I guess on your Facebook page, would that be a good way to reach you if people had wanted to connect with you after this session?
Yes. Actually, if you want, somebody can get in touch with me. Let me give you my number on WhatsApp on 0977473768. And
Say that one more time. I'll put it in the chat for everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll type it out in the chat so
Okay.
that everybody can get my numbers.
Mercy will put that in the chat.
As well.
Send her a WhatsApp message later on.
Yeah.
Next question. I'm not quite sure if I'm understanding the question right, but question, have you had any major losses regarding international trade? I'm not sure if that refers to maybe the exchange rate or other kinds of trade issues.
Not really. I haven't encountered any losses. Every time I'm making a quotation, I use the prevailing exchange rates, and then as we transact, the client pays for that product, and then I ship it out. So it's not like I'm going to make the product, and then after I finish making, that's when the client pays. No. And most of the times, the stock is readily available. So once they purchase, I ship out that product. So I really don't incur any losses in terms of the exchange rates.
A few more questions from the chat, and then I see we have a few hands raised as well. I guess people are starting to get a little cold in Zambia this time of year. So Beauty asks, do you have any specific fashion line designed for winter?
Yes, we do. We've got quite a number of different things. We've got pants for ladies, for gentlemen. We've got dresses that meant for the winter season. So we've got quite a number of things that one can wear for winter. We've got scarves in the African print that one can use wrapping their neck. Yeah.
Great. So there's a couple questions here about pricing. One user, Kapwaya, asked, how do you price your clothing? And Barbara also asks about how affordable your clothing is for local Zambian clients.
Our prices are very affordable. I can say I try to make my clothes in, I've got the high end, the medium, I can say I got the high end and the middle end. So it's something that is affordable to everyone. If you can't afford the high end, there's something for everyone. And as I do my pricing, I also look at the fabrics that I use. I get my fabrics locally and the price is very affordable unless I get fabric which is from outside Zambia. Like let's say if I get fabric from Nigeria, because I'm bringing it in and I'm spending quite some money on it. So when I make something, the prices will be different.
Thank you. So another question, kind of a follow-up around the questions about international trade. which it sounds like there is some interest among the participants about international trade. So I guess the question here says how easy it is to get information about the wider market like Europe, or do you particularly target your products to Zambians that may be living abroad? So how do you consider the international market when looking at your products?
How I consider the international market, it's actually a big market, especially for the African print. Like I said, I really invest a lot in my brand. That's why I take part in different international fashion shows, international pop-up stores. So as I go to these places, I just don't go there to sell my products, but I also network with other people who own stores, who own different different things, you know. So I try to network and partner with other people. So it's also important, as you're trying to go international, try to invest in attending different forums and different functions that will give you an opportunity to interact with people from outside Zambia. I can say if I go to South Africa, if there's something that I'm going to attend there, I make sure I interact with people who are there. I look at people who are in the same industry with me and trying to see how we can work together. So it's really about creating partnerships yeah.
Great, thank you. I think David, did you have a question? There was a participant who had his hand up. Do you have a question for Mercy? Go ahead and unmute your audio, David. There we go. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. My question is based on you having to come up with a business plan.
Mm-hmm.
So unlike any business, probably you draft something like you need to have a written business plan that you need to follow. So would you have any pointers or any quick guidance that one would really put in mind, so as they write their business plan, they should be able to say ABCD has to be included, ABCD has not to be included?
Okay.
Yes.
So as you write your business plan, one thing, David, is that you need to know what your business is about. What's your vision? Where do you want to see your business? What is it that you are bringing to the table? You have to look at your marketing strategy. What is it that you're going to use as your marketing strategy? You have to look at your strengths, your inner strengths as a company. What are your strengths? You have to look at the external factors that are going to affect your business. You have to look at your competitors. And one of the most important thing in your business plan, you have to look at your financials, your projections. What are you going to make? Is it they can even be on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis? What is it that you're projecting to make? So all those are things that you really need to look out to and include in your business plan.
I think we just have one more question here from Barbara. And she asks, do you offer any training for those interested in learning more about, I'm not sure if she's referring to either business or fashion design in particular. Do you have any programs for the public?
I don't per se have planned programs, but I help out different people on the entrepreneurship journey as they start their business. If they're stuck with something, on how to do their marketing or anything that they have issues with concerning the business, I help out with that. And then as we go on, these are things that I'm now planning to start having chats and helping out different entrepreneurs, because there are a lot of people who've got great ideas, but they don't know how to put them on paper. They don't know where to go. They don't know who to ask. So those are things that in the future I'm planning to do.
Great, thank you, Mercy. And Barbara, as well, when we are able to open up our American spaces again after the COVID crisis is over, then we also regularly host entrepreneurship or artistic chats for the public. So please keep an eye on our Facebook page for those types of events in the future. Well, great. I think that's all the questions that we have for now. We're coming kind of to the end of our program. Well, Cliff, did you have any words you wanted to add or questions you wanted to ask Mercy?
Well, thanks, Paul. Not questions, but just to inform everyone that this is part of our regular programs that we'll be doing on a regular basis, bringing speakers from different fields to talk about the experiences, to share the insights and to provide guidance and tips. So we'll have people, entrepreneurs like we have advanced today. We'll have people from from professional sectors, and the like. So just encourage everyone just to look out for the other speakers that will be coming up.
Great, thank you. So what I would just ask maybe, this is doing these virtual chats is something that's a bit new for us, that we're all trying to respond, and we really appreciate all of our audience who took this experiment with us. Hopefully you were able to get the Zoom program working. We know sometimes it's a little bit tricky the first time if it's your first time using Zoom, but it looks like lots of people were able to participate and join, and so we really appreciate you joining us. And we're going to be planning on doing these Zoom sessions hopefully every other week. So we'll continue to bring together the different speakers, different entrepreneurs to talk to you about their experiences and hopefully share some tips. I wanted to ask, since usually we are used to seeing everyone's faces in our audience, it's a little bit strange to just see computer screens. So if everybody wants to, just for a moment, turn on their video, we can maybe take just kind of what we call like a group picture. And then, yeah, we can, yeah, so it looks like we're seeing some videos now. Great. It's good to see everyone. You don't have to turn on your video, but if you wish to kind of join us with the video, that would be great. And we'll take just a quick picture of everyone so we can see all of our participants in this great video chat. And I think while we're waiting for people to turn on their video, if they wish to, Mercy, there was just a reminder to post your phone number in the chat.
Okay. I think I posted, let me post it again.
All right, I will go ahead in just a moment. Let's see. Just get it set up here to take a photo. Okay. All right, so everyone who wishes to share their video can do so. And we'll go ahead and just take a quick photo. So everybody go ahead and smile. All right. Great, thanks so much. So that way we have just a photo of our great event here. What we'll just go ahead and close on is saying that we will go ahead and record. We're recording this video, this web chat. So we'll go ahead and post it on our Facebook and YouTube pages. So keep an eye on the Embassy Facebook page in the next couple days in case you joined late or missed part of the program or want to share it with somebody else. We will post that in the next couple days so you can watch the whole thing again. Great, well, we'll close, I guess, not with me, but with Mercy. Mercy, is there anything you'd like to say to close out our workshop?
Yeah, I would just love to say thank you to Youth Embassy for giving me this opportunity to talk to different people who want to start running businesses or who are already running businesses. One thing I would urge them is stay focused, stick to your vision, and challenges will be there, but always know what you want and what you're giving to the community. As you run your business, also look at the environment that you're operating in. What is it that you're going to do different from what others are doing? There's a lot that we can do as Zambians to help improve our economy. And I believe entrepreneurship is one of the things that can really drive our economies, and the ball is in our hands. And COVID has also opened a lot of opportunities. So just look around and see what your business can offer to the country as well as to your community. Yeah.
Great, thank you so much, Mercy, and thank you everyone for joining us. We're gonna go ahead and close now, and keep an eye on our Facebook page for more events in the future. Thanks, Mercy, thanks, Wycliffe.
All right, thank
everyone.
you. Bye.
Bye.